So we got our first review day, day one, operations with functions. So adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing. And then of course we're going to be dealing with domain and range as well. And so I want you guys to see if you can work through this first one. See what you remember here on these two. We're dealing with two functions, and we're going to do this to this situation. Go ahead and give this your best shot. Okay, let's see if you guys are on the right track. So, anybody have maybe a good starting point here for this one? Something maybe they started off doing first thing? Jess, how about you? Well, they gave us two functions, and what do you guys notice these are functions of? F of x and g of. But wait a minute. What is the value of f of -3 and g of? Oh, so we're replacing x with, in this one, we're replacing it with -3. And then on g, we're replacing it with +3. And so let's figure out, guys, let's solve these. Let's find out what we end up getting for both these when we plug these in. Angel, what'd you end up getting for the first one?
I don't know. I can't remember.
What's -3 times -3?
9.
+9. And then how about somebody else? What's 9 plus 7 going to be? 16. So we've got 16 for that one. And then at g of 3, we got -7 times 3. That would be -21. Yeah, double check that, Josh. I think -7 times 3 would be -21, and then +3. Oh, you're talking about your final answer? What did you say the final answer is going to be? Oh, yeah, because then you do -21 plus 3. Sorry, I'd asked for this part. No, you're good. Yeah, we were just talking about two different things there. I'd asked for this part, and you were going ahead and giving me the whole answer, which is great. And so are we done?
No.
We just got one thing left to do. Ooh, witchcraft. We take this answer and subtract it by that answer. So we take 16 and subtract it from -18. And ooh, be careful. We got a number minus a negative. You guys already know what's going to happen there. And Jackson, what'd you end up getting? Whenever we add those, what'd you get? 16 plus 18? 34. Heck yeah. B. So those are going to be really good ones to practice. And I'm actually going to give you guys one of those for your homework too. So we'll get some practice with that. How about let's throw it back. Flashback. I know it's not Friday. Let's flash back to day 2. So as you're reviewing, I'm going to put the days beside each of these. That way you guys can maybe go back if you need to and do some reviewing. The problem we just did is a day 4 problem. So if you want to go back, that'll give you a chance to know what day to look at for some practice. You guys probably remember doing some of these on our Delta Math, don't we? We're back on day 2, sure. So how about, what are we going to be doing on number 1? This is actually going to be less work than you think. Joe, what are they asking us to do? Consider each relation and oh, I think it's on your page.
Yeah. And whether it is a function.
Yeah, so guys, we're going to tell the domain and then tell whether it's a function or not. So we don't even need the range. Just, hey, what's the domain? Let's do a quick reminder. Is domain X or Y axis? Is domain left or right? Wait, sorry. Left or right or low to high? X-axis. Domain is left to right. It's where your points are along the x-axis. Remember, domain is always first, that's the x. Range is always next, that's the y. So let's talk about number 1 here. Domain. How far is our parabola heading to the left? Far. I like that. How far is this thing heading to the left? Is it ever going to stop going to the left?
No.
Heck no. It's going to the left forever. So where's it heading to? Negative infinity, which we know you can never reach. So you slap a parenthesis on there. And then how far to the right is this point? Or is this line making it?
-2.
Do we agree or disagree with Shelby there? She's saying it makes it to -2. That's as far right as it goes. Joe, does our line kind of bend backward? I won't say it's -2. Yeah, it doesn't keep going, so I think you're right. Does it reach -2? Looks like it does, doesn't it? There's a point there. So if it reaches it, what's going to go around it? Brackets. Bada boom. And then the moment of truth. Angel, are you thinking on number 1, is this graph a function or not? You saying yeah?
I don't think it is.
You don't think it is? How can we check if we have a graph? We can. The line thing, yes, the vertical line test. Let's draw a vertical line. Ooh!
Not.
No, how many times does that line hit this graph?
Twice.
Twice. It fails the VLT, not the BLT. This is not a function. Frowny face on fire. You don't have to draw that frowny face on fire. Thank you, Jess. Now, the last one in this section I'm going to do with you guys is number 2. Ooh, this one looks a little different though. We don't have a line. What do we have? Just some points. So if we're talking domain here, we're going to bust out what some of y'all probably have gotten on your mouth before. I know I had them. Bust out some braces. And we're going to list all the points where they are on the x-axis, left or right. So let's start with our point all the way over here on the left. You guys probably want to look at your paper. Where is this point at on the x-axis? Do you guys agree? -6? Looks like it. Count over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Somebody else. Where's our next point at here? -3. Very good. Next point. Ooh, no. Oh, wait a minute. We're going to the right. Looks like we have a point down here, don't we? It lines up with -2. I did not give myself enough room. Not enough room at all. How about next? 2. And I'm actually going to mark that out and keep going. Next up, we've got 3. That's a comma, by the way. And then 6. Sorry about that, guys. Beautiful mistakes. We love to make them, especially on live camera. And so, last thing, moment of truth. Is this a function?
Yes.
Why are you saying yeah?
Because you draw a line and you tell me what we want.
Yep. If you draw a vertical line, it doesn't matter how many you draw. A vertical line will never hit 2 points. All of these vertical lines only ever hit 1 point at most. This is a function.
It's cold, isn't it?
It is. That's why the air just kicked off. It was getting a little chilly. So what I'm going to let you guys do, I'm going to let you guys try number 3 for me. Go ahead and try this one. Okay. As you guys are getting done and checking, we know it's a function. Passes the vertical line test. But here's the thing. You're going to notice I left off parentheses and brackets here. I wanted you guys to help me. What do we think is going to go around the open circle, Jaslyn? Say it again. No. Didn't we use a bracket over here? And that point was closed. So here would be parenthesis. And then what do we always use around infinity? Yep. Because we can't reach either. That open circle means our graph doesn't actually reach -5. We get right up to -5. Yep. Great job, guys. Let's keep on moving unless you guys have any questions. Anything? Okay. Like I said, it's going to be pretty short as far as number of problems we do together. Let's jump down here. Now we're gonna switch it up a little bit, kind of like what we did up top. This time though, we're not gonna have any numbers plugged in. Check it out, we've got three functions, f of x, g of x, and h of x. And what are we doing, Angel, on number one? What are they asking us? Find f minus g. Hey, we did those on our delta and on quizzes. This means we're doing f of x minus g of x. I bet some of you guys know how to set this up on your paper. Just like that. And so, Shelby, now that we have it set up, what do we do to solve or to simplify? Variables. Do we kind of look for like terms? What can we combine with negative 2x? 5. So, guys, on your calculator, what's negative 2 minus 5? Should make a bigger negative. Negative 7x. And then we've got negative 7. Ooh, be careful. Negative 7 minus negative 18. We got some double negative action. So negative 7 plus 18, which is really 18 minus 7, is really what negative 7 plus 18 is. You could rearrange that. And Joe, what do we know 18 minus 7 is going to be?
I can see it, but you can't.
I got you. Well, if we know 18 minus 8 is 10, then 18 minus 7 would be 1 above 10. I think that'd be 11, wouldn't it? Bada boom. Let's do one more together. This one's going to be a little bit newer. I'm not going to lie. This one may be a little bit trickier for us. What do you see, Madison? We know, what's our letter you see on number 4? Find. So we're still dealing with function f. But instead of f of x, Madison, what do you see inside of the parentheses? There's still an x in there, but what else is there? Plus 2. That's kind of weird. So how are we going to do this, guys? Instead of f of x, we have f of x plus 2. Any ideas? What do you guys notice is inside of the function f of x? What do you see over here? Is there an x right there?
Yeah.
So if we're dealing with f, and it was x, what are we replacing x with now? X plus 2. So check this out. We're going to have f of x plus 2 is going to equal negative 2 times, not x, but x plus 2. We're adding the plus 2 in there. Minus 7. And anytime you substitute, you have to simplify. So let's do order of operations and see if we can break this down and simplify it a little bit. Angel, what do you notice we have outside these parentheses? Negative 2. Can we distribute that? Heck yeah. Let's distribute it. So negative 2 to that, negative 2 to that. See if I can speed that up a little bit more there. And then are we finished? No, we got one last thing. What do we got to do? Combine like like terms. I don't think we have any like variables here. What are our two numbers we can combine? Negative 4 and negative 7. So negative 2x minus 11. You got it. Bada boom. All right. So here's what I want you guys to do to end today. There will be another video posted tonight, talking about the back page, working with you guys a little bit through that. It's just a little bit more like this, with one or two tougher concepts in there to review. And there'll be a little bit of homework posted. But for now, all I need you guys to work on is 2 and 3. With the 6 minutes or 7 minutes left of class, let's just get numbers 2 and 3 done. And then later tonight, you'll be able to access that video and our homework, which is on page 31. So, thank you.